yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the chamber. It's the chamber. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, you are tuning into the chamber, the place that you enter and you never leave the same. Listen, we got something nice for you today. I want you to get your notepads. I want you to get your pen. Be ready to take some notes because we getting ready to drop some nuggets that you can take with you and grow and elevate. That's what it's all about, ain't it? Yeah, you know it. Listen, we're going to be talking today about exiting a poverty mindset. Exiting a poverty mindset. Woo! That's a tough subject, but it's true. And it's something that we have to deal with. Exiting a poverty mindset. Today, so my routine is I get up in the morning and I pray, then I meditate. I pray, meditate, get in, get in my word. Uh, then I do my studies and everything. But in meditation today is when poverty mindset came to me. And as I was meditating, I started to think about the poverty mindset, uh, how you get it and what it does to you and like the effects of it. And as I started to thinking about it, one thing that came to my mind is a poverty mindset. And I want you to get this, is a state of being comfortable. A poverty mindset is a state of being comfortable. When you are comfortable, there's very little movement. There's very little movement. Or you could say it's just enough movement. Or maybe, most likely, there's no movement at all. When there is no movement, there is no growth. You can't excel. You can't create without movement. There have to be movement. The wealthy, they don't know. Look at this. The wealthy does not know what being comfortable is. They don't know what comfortability look like. And the reason why is because they are steadily growing. They are steadily evolving. Their life has become a life. They have become rather a lifelong learner. So which means they never get comfortable in one place. They never be satisfied in one place. A wealthy person, they steadily growing and evolving and becoming better, becoming more of whatever it is they were. Whatever they were in the beginning, they not at the end. They grew and they evolved to something that is totally different from what they started as. Think about that. One thing I'm learning, and that is if I do what I need to do now, then I'll be able to do what I want to do later. If I do what I need to do now, then I can do what I want to do later. But on the flip side, if I do what I want to do now, then it'll hinder what I want to do later. Then not only do it hinder what I want to do later, but to throw something else at you, momentarily satisfaction isn't true satisfaction. Think about that. Momentarily, momentary, momentary satisfaction is not true satisfaction. No, it's not. So there are three things that I want to discuss. There are three things that I want to talk about. Three things that I'm doing as of right now. I'm doing these three things. Never stop doing it. Ever since it was brought to me, I've been on the road to bettering myself. I'm trying to be a forever learner, trying to grow, evolve, and develop. And so there's three things that I want to focus on. The first thing I want to focus on is change your surroundings. Change your surroundings. Change the people you're around. And it ain't always got to be geographic, but in 2025, it could be social media. Change the people you following, change the people you interact with, change your communication. Whoever you're communicating, sometimes you need to change it to evolve and to develop. I'm finding out in order to grow, you have to get around or communicate with people whose language is not like yours. In order to grow and evolve, you got to get around people whose language is different than your language. Woo, let that sink in. Listen, I started talking to people who are where I'm trying to go. If you only talk to people that are on the level you are on or beneath where you at, there will be no growth and no development. Just point blank. If you only speaking to people who are on the level you on or beneath you, there would be no growth at all. But individuals whose thinking and speaking is beyond yours, when they open their mouth and speak, when they open their mouth and speak, they are speaking what's in their mind. And the moment they release their words and what they are thinking, it pulls you up to the level that they on. Woo! Watch who you're around. If you're around people that are small thinking, when they speak and release what's in their mind, they will pull you down to the level that they own. Have you ever been around people when you got finished talking, you felt worse than what you did when you came around them? Listen, get around positive thinking people, people that are trying to go somewhere, people that's already where you trying to go. Number two, very important, change your thinking process. All of it's intertwined together. Change your thinking process. That's what I'm doing even right now. Changing the way I think. David Chan, my mentor, he has me on this changing my mindset as it relates to success. Change the way I'm thinking. If you can't see success, you won't see success. Think about that. If you don't see success, you won't see success. All right, let me break it down. If you don't see success, you won't see success. You can't see success if you don't see success. First, it have to be in your mind. First, you got to see yourself successful in your mind. First, you got to see yourself hitting the goals and the achieve and the accomplishments that you're trying to do. You got to see yourself already being accomplished. You got to see yourself already being successful. You got to see yourself already at the place that you want to go. What you have to work out is the details, but you have to see yourself already there. If you see yourself already there, then you know it ain't impossible. You trying to go somewhere that you haven't seen yet. You got to see it first. Then once you see it, then you know it's attainable. So see it first. And then once you see it, then you can see it with your natural eyes. Before you experience change, you have to see yourself as change. The key It's changing the way you think. Change the way you speak, and you will start seeing your reality change to what you think. Your reality will start transforming into the way you are thinking. So whatever it is that you're trying to do to make it happen, change the way you think. You change the way you think, you'll change the way you speak. You change the way you speak, you'll change the way you move. It all goes hand in hand. And then a third one, and then I'm done. You have to move. You got to move. A person that stands still goes nowhere. Let that sink in. A person that stands still goes nowhere. Marcus Garvey said it like this: if you liberate the mind of men, you will eventually, ultimately liberate the bodies of men. Think about that. He said, if you liberate the minds of men, you will eventually liberate the bodies of men. Me, I needed help with my thinking. Me, I'm speaking to me. I was thinking wrong. Me, I was putting I'm putting the buggy before the horse. Now, if you young, you probably don't know what that is, but I was putting movement before structure. I was putting movement before even thinking of a plan or coming up with a plan. I was just, oh, I want to do this. And I was just running and doing it. When you put movement before structure, you're bound for destruction. When you don't know what to think, but you know you got to move, you will find yourself going in a circle. And if you're going in a circle, it is a repeated cycle. Let that sink in. If you don't think through what you need to do and you just start moving, you will find yourself going in a circle, which is a repeated cycle. I was tired of the cycle. I was tired of the cycle, and I was tired of the disappointment. Tired of the cycle, tired of the disappointment. And at the end of the day, I was drained. So you know what I did? I started putting people in places where I need to help me grow, to help me develop. And the reason why is because in order for me to get to where I see myself in my mind, I got to get some help. And I want to tell you on today, you might be in a place where you in a cycle, just going around and around and around. Same thing, cycle, cycle, cycle. Listen, get yourself around individuals or communicate with individuals that would help pull you out of that cycle. And you'll find yourself on a road out of a poverty mindset. Listen, that's all I got for you today. I'll see you tomorrow on The Chamber 1984. Don't forget, above all things, I am. You better believe it.